Guys, welcome. Welcome to another live for the 11/11 Galactic Conference. Hi guys, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. Hi guys, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let me know where you guys are from, how you've been doing. For those of you who have been following and joining, we're doing lives every single day leading up to the Galactic Conference event. Today we will have Tony joining us, the Antarean Heart. Okay.
Hi,
Hi.
honey. How are you? Hold on, let me
Good.
fix my
So nice
camera a
to
little.
see you. Oh, I love all
Good.
the color.
Thank you. Yeah, it's all about and praying mantis called there, and uh, thank you, thank you. Can you see me okay from your side?
Yeah, can
And
you
you can
see
hear
me
me
and
okay?
hear me okay? Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, you sound a little far away, but hold on. Speak.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Okay. So I just made it a bit higher. Okay. I think this is a good angle. Maybe a little bit of blue light. Okay. Nice.
Yes. How are you? Good morning. I think it's morning by you, hey?
It is. It is 10:30 right now. It's been amazing, my love. The journey has been just crazy. Uh, because I awoke not too long ago, like 3 years ago, my journey, maybe 4 years ago, it began, but it literally the past 2 years I've kind of
Yeah, grown
unfold
exponentially.
totally, totally, totally. And like trusting like the messages, trusting,
And the
you know,
process.
the process. Yeah, okay, now we're good. So and you always look amazing, my love.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Do you want to maybe just tell everyone a little bit about yourself, just a little bit of background information? Yeah, as you mentioned on your journey,
Yeah,
and yeah, anything that you feel like is relevant for people to know.
of course, of course. I mean, there's so much to share, guys. I'll kind of make it kind of summarized. So I'm Lebanese. I was born in Lebanon, and I moved to Washington D.C. Like when I was 15 years old, and like this is where I live. I actually grew up like Christian. So like Christianity has been in my blood since I was a kid. Uh, and I'm 45 years old, but when I turned 41, when like COVID hit, is where my awakening like really happened. I knew nothing about channeling, nothing about galactics, nothing about alien, like none of that was my world. It was just like Christianity and just life. And I kind of awoke and I completely trusted. I had one past life regression where the praying mantis came in, and it was so clear. And it was my first like past life regression ever, where the praying mantis like came in, and from that moment on, I ran out of that session. And I had other lifetimes that came up, but that was like the main one where I was like, oh my God, I connected to insectoid beings. So I'm a realtor here in Washington, D.C., and I still sell real estate. I've been selling real estate for like, I think 15, 16 years. So I'm quite well known here. But to walk around Washington, D.C., like telling people that you talk to insectoid beings is just crazy. My car, on the back of my car, I have a whole decal, massive decal that said, I talk to insectoid beings, I'm a channel, I have aliens, Bigfoot, and all that. I've never been called to put on the back of my car, that I sell real estate. So my car, like before, is just a car empty, right? I mean, like there's nothing on it. But when I really awoke, it was so real. It was so like it's the new path or a path in addition to a lot of other paths, that I plastered my car with that message. And as I'm showing houses to people, strangers, in like the beginning, but then like we become friends, afterwards, we have a beautiful dialogue about consciousness and like religion and all these belief systems. It was the most magical experience when you step into your truth fully, not being afraid or feeling afraid or like letting ridicule or any of that just get you, just fall fully into a version of you. And we're multidimensional being, guys, we're not just one. Just magic happens. So it's been just a magical journey. And like not too many people like speak to men's beings. And like for a while I forgot that she was doing like, oh my god, Althea does, which is amazing. Like when we met at LA Conscious X, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's a mantis being too. And
Yeah.
so but a lot of people are awakening to that connection. I have so many people that come up to me and say, I had a dream, I had this, like all these things where it's almost like they didn't have support before because they were afraid to say I connect to insectoid beings. Because
Yeah.
look, it's like one thing to say, I talk to angels, I talk to things, because in my mind or in our mind through religion, in like our reality, like angelic beings and things that are like softer for the mind to accept is one thing, but then you add insectoids or you add some other completely galactic being, it's like the mind has to adjust. So we're all needed, guys, and each and every one of us connects with all beings. I'm not the only one. Althea is not, and we're both not special. We're not on a pedestal. It's time for you to awaken to your galactic heritage, and you're
Yeah,
not just.
wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a little bit about myself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
sorry.
Thank you
One
for
thing.
sharing that. Yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah. Just quickly. Praying mantis crystal skulls. I'm the only one in the world, and like this,
Yeah,
that creates praying mantis crystal skulls because that's how much in
amazing.
love nobody on earth like makes them.
So, yeah,
So
so
they're not on
amazing.
my. Thank you. They're not on my website yet. I don't know if you have one of these. You should have one of these. Oh my God.
I don't,
I
no,
should.
I actually don't. But I remember when we first met, I remember
Yeah.
seeing them and being like mesmerized by them, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember, yeah, I met Tony, I think at the first expo that I went to, which was 2024. And I remember seeing all these, and I was like, oh wow, like this is incredible, you know. So for me, yeah, it's interesting. I started connecting with the 12 dimensional mantis version of myself back in like 2017. And my mantis connection comes through a lot of technology, and then also a lot of like writing and kind of like geometry and like expression of that. My yeah, so that's, and it's very interesting because I always get asked, you know, like describe this being, and I'm like, well, the one that I connect to, which is a higher version of myself, it's like not male or female, like it's kind of like a neutral, you know, consciousness. I can feel that it's highly intelligent, but also like very like to the point, like systematic, like okay, this is what's coming through, this is what needs to get through, this is, you know, there's none of that wishy hearty stuff that I do with Pleiadian beings. Like the mantis are like, okay, now you're getting this done, you know. And obviously I think every race, you know, has beings, and each being has their own personality. So this doesn't mean that all the mantis beings are like that, but this is my personal experience with the with my version of mantis beings. And these beings are so powerful, and I think they are expanding more and more. I think more and more people are recognizing them as, you know, powerful beings that are assisting in the ascension awakening process. There is actually a collective of people here near where I live as well that they call themselves the Mantis Collective. I think it's one or, yeah, it's one or two people. They don't do like public stuff. It's more like closed circles sort of things. But the one guy like connects and has been connecting with mantis beings for very long.
Wow.
So yeah, amazing. So Tony will be talking at the 1111 Galactic Conference on Tuesday. Do you know what you're going to talk about? Did you want to maybe tell a little bit what you're going to talk about? You don't. You also don't have to. Like, it's also okay if you're like, I'm just going to see what comes up, because that's what I generally do. But if you have a general outline, you're welcome to share it.
Totally. Listen, I mean, look, all of us, and each and every one of us is a channel, guys. Again, I'm not any extra special than any, I don't have any special thing. We all are already channels, we just don't remember. After a while, when you've channeled for so much, you realize the spirits has their own plan, but also it like depends on the audience, right? So all the energy of like the audience is really what's co-creating this like reality, like with us. But I'll have an hour, right, love? Is this how much I
Yeah, it's
have, or
50
45?
minutes, and then it's
Yeah.
10 minutes of Q&A with the people. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. So I'm super happy to channel then. I'm happy to talk for maybe 10 or 15 minutes like about myself because after a while, like like we can consciously channel all these messages, but like when I channel them, it's a very different frequency, very different like way of speaking. You'll feel the energy, and of course Althea, like you'll connect. It's very it's in there, and it's funny that like that you said about the man's beings, because with mine they were energy beings, right? Like they've never been physical. And like people, like when I have sessions like with them, like they say, wow, they kicked my butt. Yes, they're loving. Unconditional love is them, period. But they're here to break your paradigm and allow you to re-empower yourself. Like there's no more fluff, 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 fluff. Oh yeah, yeah. No, 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 no.
Yeah,
They're gonna,
exactly.
you know, which it's so funny that you said that because people have been saying, damn, they kicked my butt. I'm like, well, listen, that's why you came here for, to change and adjust and expand and you know all these things. So like I'll talk a little bit like about myself, about some of like the teachings I've been going through like this year. Because look, I've been it's one thing to say I'm a channel in X, Y, and Z and talk about these concepts, which is kind of the first step I feel to understanding them more. The next step is to embody what you say. So I am walking the talk, meaning everything that I say, I'm living. I go to retreats, I go into my shadows, I do a lot of self work, and through my own experience, I am like beginning to teach, right?
And that's
Because
why you expanded so quickly. Like if I look at you when I met you in 2024 and where you are now, like I've literally seen your light expand quickly because you're actually like doing the work. You know, it's one thing being a channel and just portraying information, but it's a whole like different up leveling when you are really, really present and embodying it. And that's what I find there's a little bit of kind of like distortion within the community because a lot of people, and they're doing this out of a good space, but they're not able yet maybe to face certain sides and parts of self. And that's where kind of like, you know, some of the integrity gets lost. But with you, like what I've seen, you know, in the years, like I've really seen your light just like upgrade and shine more. And it's obviously because you're doing the work. So yeah.
totally, totally, totally. And I'm really like realizing in my mind, in my head, in my psychology, like I'll never be able to understand anything I say unless I live it. It's that simple. Like unless I experience it. And really it's about allowing myself to find who I am. And I know there's no like destination where I'm like, oh, this is who I am. You know, we're always like evolving, like we're infinite beings. But it, the way that they explain it, they say like the lens in which you begin to operate, right? When you begin to work on the self becomes a bit more clearer, like to you, because it's all lenses and all of them
Well,
are
the
all
layers
valued.
start
There's
coming off, so you go back to your
totally.
truer version. It's kind of like the programming, the constructs, the ideology, the attachment to identity. It all starts to like crumble, and how easily you navigate that depends on how much you're able to surrender and, you know, allow for the experience to take you, I think.
Totally, totally. And like we speak about manifestations, we speak about like, you know, changing this or making more money or whatever, all the stuff our minds like desire and wish. Imagine like we're attempting to manifest things and like do things and create things, if I am the creator, if I am the engine of my own creation, if I am the operating system of creation, how can I like manifest to the most of my ability if I don't know who my operating system is? And
Yeah.
how do you get to know that? By going inside. So it's a very different, it's frequency living, which is amazing. So and then I'll channel them, which they may not kick some of you butts. I don't know. And hopefully like you get to ask questions if like you want to ask questions, which they love to dialogue with humans. They like the mantis beings that like I connect with, or at least the like version of me that kind of like connects with them, don't like really to talk on their own forever. They've just never been that way. They love a dialogue with humans. They want you to like gain value. They want to hear your perspective in which you see life, and they like love to answer it, you know, in that perspective to empower you to get codes and things. And I've been told by so many people, because I know you do like light language and like you write light language. Three people in like Sedona, and I've been to Sedona like 6 times this year, but like one time I was there, three random people throughout one day, random times, would stop me and say, I swear to God, like it's the absolute stranger, like you need to do light language. I'm like, I know. So I'm like beginning to learn how to do, like, you know, how like to speak light language. I've always kind of written it, but I never put it out there, like, you know, public. But now it's becoming more strong as of 2 months ago, or like 2 weeks ago, it's coming so strong. So, that may be an additional thing I may be kind of doing because, and like many of you don't know
I
this,
thought you
and I've
channeled
all
light language. I thought you channeled light language already.
look, I know that I do like intern, but I never surrendered yet. But now I'm like, this is my time to
Well, I
surrender.
mean,
So
if you were writing it, your channel's already flowing, you know. So it's just a matter of kind of like embodying the different parts of it. So yeah. But I
Thank you
thought
for letting.
in my brain, I thought you already channeled, but you obviously did because you write it. It's just a matter of activating more the throat chakra.
Totally, and it's never been public. Like I've never anything. Like if you look on my Instagram and all, all the social media, it's always been like the verbal. But many of you don't know this, and I don't know if like this. I have always stuttered, and I still do stutter. Like when I was a child, it was just traumatic. Up till I was 20, I've gotten. So I use the word and I use the word like to help me transition. But when I first began channeling, my first class that I took, which I only took one class really, but like the first time when I actually channeled is the time where I did not stutter, my love. And that in my mind said, whatever happened right now, whatever this channeling thing is real. Because every
Yeah,
second of
because
my
it's
life,
almost like your individual persona takes a step backward, and that's where the work happens. There's a release to attachment to the identity and the ego, and it's not about you; it's about the channel and the information that comes through, and that
yeah,
is pure. Do you know what I mean? Like that's. And I think. And this is why it's important to do the work, because if you haven't done the work, then you're going to have distortion and judgment within yourself and within your own channel, and you're going to struggle to bring through the information of the level and purity that it's supposed to come through. But that's a perfect example. It's like, okay, you were able to take a step back and surrender to whatever version of yourself and channel to come through.
totally, totally, totally. So it was amazing. So yeah, we're gonna talk a lot about activating stuff. Maybe by next time, I may do a little bit of light language throughout it. I'm not sure, depending if the ego can step aside to let me do it. I'm still doing it, but I know it's part of me. There's no doubt. It's just I'm working with my construct to say, okay, now I feel a little more comfortable.
Well, one day at a
Like
time.
totally, totally. You're there to do the real life language, so I'll let you kind of do your thing. I'm like the little tiny like student, and also like to recognize that we're always students, guys. Like
Yeah.
to recognize like there's never a space where I feel, oh, I know more than you. I always tell my clients and
We don't
people,
know
each of
anything.
us. Yeah, each of us have coached to each other. I mean, like after like a channeling session, people have profound channeling sessions. Like with me, they thank me. I'm like, oh my God, please don't thank me. I
I'm
always like say
learning,
thank you to
yeah.
them. Yeah,
And
because
that's
with
the and I've learned that that's the humility that will actually get you far in this work and in this
yeah,
process,
yeah,
because it's when
chills.
you know,
Yeah,
yeah, it's when you know that you are consistently learning from each one of your clients, students,
yes,
all of that,
yes,
and
yes.
understanding that we still, what does it say? Oh, the
Oh,
goosebumps.
no,
Oh,
it's good, but just confirmation what
yeah,
you're saying is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And I
Yeah,
think if us as practitioners, we all start embodying and really being aware of that on both a conscious and subconscious level, it's like a program.
totally,
Then you like, okay, now I can really like keep learning and keep learning. And obviously it's good to have boundaries and be, sure of yourself, but really always stay humble. I think,
totally,
and yeah, and I think it's important because again, like we don't know, like we are
totally.
learning so much.
Totally, totally. If anybody says with no judgment, of course, I'm being a little funny, and I'm really funny. Actually, and like you may know this, like Althea, the dementia beings are super funny. They're hilarious. Like my husband says, "Oh, like you're not funny." I'm like, "It's okay, it's fine." In my head, I'm laughing out loud. Like they're funny, so they love to joke. They love to make it fun, although they're stern sometimes to really push you out of the old paradigm. Um, Expression, guys, like it's important. I'll also probably speak about expression, that we're multidimensional beings. I'm not just human or Lebanese or a realtor or a channel or this. No, I get to express everything that my soul desires in this lifetime, and that's how you begin to connect and identify with the multidimensional aspects of who you are. We're so entrained and trained to be one thing and one destination and one passion and all this one. No,
Oh yeah.
that's
It was so
separation.
funny. I was wondering when you came on, I was wondering because you started talking about yourself, and I was like, I don't actually know if he has like a full-time 3D job. And I couldn't like, I was like, okay, maybe he's in finance. And I was like, but no, he doesn't strike me as a finance bro. Now you're like, oh, you're a realtor. I'm like, okay, like I don't think I would like ever have guessed that. And that's what it is. We're so multidimensional that you want to be,
Totally.
converging over different aspects of life.
Totally. And like the reason that I always mention that is like to help people like understand whatever you're doing in life, because we all get stuck in these lanes, right? Through society, through cultures or whatever. You're not only that, you can, while doing this, do a lot of other things and explore. like also exploring. So, like spirits with me, like the way that they work, because I'm a great sleeper. I can nap. I can like, like be up and pee 8 times, go back to bed. When they work with me, they wake me up in the middle of the night, 2 or 3, 4 a.m., and I can't sleep for the rest of the day. Like, and I'm exhausted physically for the next 2 or 3 hours. I'm trying to like pass time. I just, I just want to close my eyes and sleep. But during those moments where things begin to pop, they just jar my reality. And like one of them was, you need to begin to take like voice lessons. I'm not a singer.
Oh,
I never aspired to be a singer. I don't care to sing anywhere.
it helps with the
But
voice chakra, yeah.
yes, but like the idea was because I actually have a voice lesson today in like 2 hours. It is my second class. When we met last week, like the guy said, "Why are you taking this class? Like, what's your intention?" I said, "I've never been a singer. I don't care to sing. But what I want to know is I want to understand and experience my sound beyond the mind. I want to put the mind aside and experience the sound of my soul. How does my soul sound like in this dense reality?" So, like to the point when you have these desires, whether they just come up out of the blue or you've always had them, go for them. It's not about having a business in here or this. There's so many keys and gifts within it when you surrender with no destination. So, it
It's just
allows you.
taking, yeah, and it's taking, even if it's a small thing, it's taking aligned action in the version or direction that you want to
Yeah.
be of yourself. And it's so funny that you mentioned the singing because I got the message. I've been getting it for a few years, and then I had to move and this and that and that. And I got the message strongly 2 weeks ago, and they were like, you actually need to start, because I sing when I channel in light language. I don't know if you've
Okay.
heard. So my singing when I channel like publicly is different to privately, which is different to my workshop, which is different to what I put online. So my
Yeah.
online channel, because of the frequency of the singing is so high, the technology actually can't pick it up, which is quite funny. So
Yeah.
and it's I mean it comes out and I can control it while I'm in channel and all of that, but I would actually like to maybe have a little bit more of an understanding from like a physical perspective and how it works and all of that. So it's quite interesting. I'm going to see if it aligns for me to start before the end of the year, but I have contacted someone to go.
Okay.
And I'm also thinking like, okay, what am I going to tell this person? Like, okay, I speak in tongues, and sometimes the singing comes out and sometimes it's chants and sometimes it sounds like opera. So there's something there.
Sorry, sorry. Actually, I was very surprised because I know nothing about music. Literally, I know nothing about music.
Me
I've
too,
never
me
played
too,
an
yeah.
instrument. I don't know anything about singing and like all these like terms in like music world or say know nothing. So like when the guy was talking to me, like the vocal coach, he said, "Look, everyone can sing." Like they were so supportive because they get it. Like every human like can sing, and then he said, unless you have some sort of like physical thing in your throat that you're born with that you're unable to, this is the only time where you can't. But so they're more supportive like than you think, and I think they like the kooky ideas like us than the ones that just want to sing on stage you know because it's like we're a new kind of like audience or like clients where we're just doing it out of pure like pleasure and fun and getting to know
Yeah, it's literally
the
for me and
self.
no one else. Like it's
Totally.
literally, yeah, 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 yeah,
Totally,
yeah.
totally. So yeah, so we'll talk about a lot of things, guys. And look, you have a mantis there, you have Althea, I have another, so it's gonna be like a mantis energy to the 20th degree, or even it's gonna be so
Yeah,
activated. They
it's going
always
to
have
be really
energy.
beautiful, guys. So the
Yeah.
event is on Tuesday. It starts at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tickets are $55. We are going to be releasing the lineup the day before. The tickets will be available until the end of the event, and with a ticket, you will have access to a recording. We will close tickets as the event closes, and we will not be selling recordings or anything else after. So please, if you want to participate or if you want to, see what happens in the event, you do need to buy a ticket beforehand. Tony will be speaking. There's a lot of other speakers. Sarah Breastman Cosby is speaking. Steve Nobel from the UK will be talking. I'll be talking. Debbie Solaris will be talking. Neil Gore from Portal to Ascension will be talking. And we are collaborating also with Galactic Federation of Light Apparel and Conscious Life Expo and Neil from Portal to Ascension. So it's going to be about 7 hours. Each speaker has a 10-minute Q&A, so it's going to be nice and interactive. And we have Debbie Dashinger, who's going to be presenting and hosting and introducing. Yeah, so it's going to be really, really powerful. And again, guys, if you can make it for like a few hours, it's great. If you can make it for the end, if you can make it for the middle. We were just speaking about it with the previous live that I decided yesterday, and we said this, at the previous Galactic Conference as well. The moment you make that decision to buy the ticket, you are literally stepping into a higher version of yourself. You are aligning in a timeline where you have decided, okay, I'm going to do the work now. Like, it's anchored, it's done, So if you really want to upgrade and take that step further within your ascension awakening process, get that ticket, come connect. And remember, guys, 11/11 is a powerful day, and you want to really use the energies to manifest and to work for you, not against you. And what better occasion to do it than being a part of an event like this? So yeah, I think you have your link in the bio. The link is in my
Yeah.
bio as well. This will be obviously also on galacticconference.com. So
Yes.
yeah, if you can't find the links, it's literally just
Yeah.
galacticconference.com. Very
Make
simple, very straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. And please make sure to invite your friends if you can't make it. Like, really spread the word because it's really important. Look, in our life or in our life path, it's like the message is important, like to be spread, right, for everybody, like to receive these codes, and from each speaker, whatever you decide, whichever way, like depending on your schedule, like to receive, you're meant to receive. And exactly what Althea said, the moment you have that intention to buy it, that moment, the timeline has already shifted. You don't even know it yet, but you'll know later. Like, this is how
Exactly.
energy works,
Literally.
like the mind's always 2 minutes behind, but literally the intention, you literally declare to the universe, I'm ready to receive those codes, and you completely open up. You can see
Yeah.
my arms, and my arms are open, and then this is what. And look, guys, also your presence there is very important because you have codes for us to help us awaken. I always tell my clients, never about me giving you anything. It's about us co-creating together because you are a light being. You are my other version. You are Althea's other version. So when we all decide to co-create like together as a group, we're all giving codes to each other to awaken the collective. And then when you go on with your life, back to work, with your family, with your dog, wherever you are, you're activating the whole grid where you are. Like, this is in chills. Look at the guy. See, I
There you
cannot
go.
take out
Yeah.
chills. Spirit speaks through chills in me a lot. So this is how we begin doing the work to ascend humanity, to go into unconditional love, to allow ourselves to remember. So it's going to be a beautiful remembrance and a beautiful dance and a beautiful, like, healing. Speaking of healing, oh my God, healing. Although we all are healed states, there's no healing in that sense. We're all energy beings. But if you're looking for any sort of healing activation, like getting, like awakening your shadows, getting to know more of who you are, we all have keys for you, and you have keys for us. And together, we're just like, boom, the star is born. Like, a galactic star is born.
Yes.
So join, spread the word wherever you are. We love to have you there to answer your questions, to assist you, to support you, to be there with compassion, right? Like, to be there to hold
Yeah.
space for you too,
Each other. Yeah.
like for each other. So yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tony, for joining me. I look forward to your talk and to see you there. And everyone, galacticconference.com. Don't miss out. We look forward to connecting with you guys there. Thank
Okay.
you.
Love you guys. Have a magical day.
Bye.
Love you, Althea. Thank you, honey.
Bye. Love you.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.